Hello everybody, this is Charles and I am back with another toy review, this time for the Hachette Mazinger Z Volume 59 and Volume 60. Alright, so for Volume 59, we're only getting this whole chunk of metal foot. Okay, so this is a metal foot we get, so really huge chunk, very nice, totally piece of die-cast metal foot. So we're gonna go through this in a while. So there's no assembly required for volume 58. We're gonna put this aside for now. Volume 60, we're gonna get a lot of parts for us to actually form the ankle parts. So without further ado, let me just go on to the magazine first. So for volume 59, like I said, there's no assembly required. It's just one the metal foot. Over here we see the mechanical file. Over here we have episode 58. Alright, then we have a lot of character file, artwork, and this is for volume 59. So you look at the volume 60. So volume 60 is where the bulk of the assembly is. So we're gonna have a lot of parts to actually assemble to form the ankle. Just gonna skip the assembly parts first. Okay, we're gonna see episode 59, the features, some artwork, and there you have it. So right now, just gonna get the parts ready for assembly for number 59. So 59, first we need to get the left foot, alright? So we need to get part 60-2, which is this part. We're gonna make sure the alignment is correct. I'm just gonna check and make sure I'm aligned with the picture. So the picture says I'm gonna hold it this way, and I'm gonna hold this way. So I'm just gonna find the point or the juncture of assembly. Let me see, is this way or this way? Okay, okay. Yep, seems to be this way. So I need to actually assemble it this way, not this way. Okay, this way is definitely wrong, so it's actually this way. Okay, just checking alignment, making sure everything is correct. Okay, that seems to be the case. Screws here. Okay, I'm gonna hold this on one side first. I'm gonna need part screw 05. Okay, any washer required? No washer required. Okay. Surprisingly, no washer required for this part. I'm gonna get the screw set. So okay, just going to screw this part on over here. Get it in. Okay, let's get this section screw on first. Okay, let's screw it tightly. Once this is done, let's go to the other side. Put the screw in. So I think this is probably the easier part of the assembly. I think it's going to see a lot more complicated parts in the later parts. Okay, so this part is done. Let me just tighten it a little bit. Be careful not to over tighten the screw, because this part, okay, this part is made of plastic, it's not die cast. So really need to be careful, because we won't want to crack the plastic when we screw it too tightly. Okay, so this part is done. Now we need to look at the screw. Let me get the screws ready first. Okay, I'm gonna look at 60-7. 60-7 are the big ones, the two big ones. I'm just gonna get them ready by the side. So these are the two big ones I'll be looking at. Assembly wise, okay, they have, okay, let's see how we're gonna go about it right now. The orientation, we're gonna make sure this is facing this way, okay, and this part I'm gonna go in this way. Okay, let me see if I got it correctly. Okay, since this part is already in, okay, just gotta be really careful in the alignment and everything. Okay, so the direction says this is this direction and this is the direction. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure. Okay, I'm not sure whether for this part there's any difference, but let's check and be sure. Okay, there's an arrow. There's an arrow pointing. Okay, so the arrow should be pointing opposite side of this. So which means I should be putting it this way. Okay, it should be going in this way. Okay, this way, so that when I look at the illustration, okay, okay, I'm sure this is correct. Okay, so there's actually an arrow imprinted over here. So you need, and then when you put it together, it has to be facing the opposite direction as this part, this exposed part. So okay, we're gonna make sure everything is correct. Okay, and for this I actually need the Allen key. I'm not sure which one we need. I'm gonna bring out both Allen keys from my table. Okay. Before that, I'm gonna fix a little bit of my Mazinger. Okay, let me find the second Allen key wherever it is. Somewhere here, here. Ah, okay, got it. So I'm gonna check which is the Allen key I need to use to actually screw this together. Probably the bigger one, I think. Let me see. Okay, let's try to actually screw it a little bit with the hands first. Okay, let me see which is the one. This is probably the one. No, this is too big. So this is the one. Okay, so we're gonna assemble this. Okay, it's a little bit tough. Tight angle is, as you can see, very tight angle over here. Okay, just tighten one side. Okay, let's tighten the other side as well. Okay, get the Allen key in place. Okay, start tightening the joint together. Okay. Okay. So right now we just tighten it a bit. Okay. Tighten it a little bit more. Okay. Like I said, I'll try to be a little bit more careful because over here, right, is this part is die cast. No, this part is plastic as well. Yeah, sorry, it's plastic. So it's plastic. Let's try to make sure because it's plastic on plastic, you know, if you over tighten the screws, you end up cracking the plastic part. So let's try not to have that happen. Okay, I think all is done. So again, just to make sure this part is correct, facing here. I do have the arrow facing outwards. So I think for this part, it's correctly assembled. Okay, so the next part we need to take the huge leg joint, which is this one. Okay, I'm looking at the direction I need to assemble this piece now. Yeah, seems to be this seems to be the direction. So I'm supposed to place it in as such. Okay, with the arrow facing there. Okay, so this is how it looks like at the bottom. Okay, I think this whole thing fits in quite nicely. Seems to fit in quite nicely. Really cool. So you can see the leg is actually fitted in. So next thing what we need to do is to take this metal piece, and then for the rest of the screws, let me look at what I have to fit in. Okay, interesting screws that I need to fit in. So this is the piece that is supposed to go as such. Okay, go as such. I think I might have pushed this a little bit too far deep inside. Okay, let's see how this piece is supposed to fit in. Okay, interesting how this piece is supposed to fit in, because okay, it seems that I need to fit in this piece over here first. Okay, so it might be easier to actually do this first. So now it might be easier to do this. So 08, okay, 608, blah blah blah. Okay, I think it might be easier to do this. So I think it's easier to actually screw all these parts in first. So we're going to need the washer and the parts. I think we are going to use the screw is 08 and 09. Okay, this is 08. Okay, these are the big ones. So we need to use 4 of this. 1, 2, 3. 4 together with the washers. I need 4 of the washers. 1, 2. Let's just put the washers together. 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna get one more. 4. Okay. So what we're gonna do right now, I think we're just gonna assemble this part first. It's definitely easier to assemble this first, so that you know when we okay, wrong Allen key. Should be using this one. Yeah, okay, let's try to get alignment there. Okay, I think I got one of the alignments, probably. Yes, got one of them. Okay, so just screw this in first. Okay, not very tight yet. And then we'll go to the opposite side. Just align it a little bit. Okay, okay. maybe just use my hands to actually turn it a little bit first. Okay, just to make sure I got it catch in. Okay. And we're gonna tighten this part. Okay. Okay, 2 more to go. Okay, I think the alignments are just nice, so we should be able to do it quite smoothly. Yep, very smooth entry for screw number 3. Okay, and for the last one, let's just push this in. Screw it in as well. So here we're gonna, so in this sense we have assembled the plate for the ankle. Okay, just gonna tighten the screws along the way, tighten all of them. Okay, let's see if I can tighten further. Oh, I think I have some clearance. Okay, I have some clearance to tighten this. Fortunately, some clearance given to me to tighten this. Okay, not a lot of clearance, but at least some clearance. Okay, I think this is probably the max I can tighten. Okay, so we have this part assembled. Ideally, let me see. So the arrow pointing forward. Let me see the arrow pointing forward. Where's the arrow again? Missing the arrow again. Okay. Okay. Here's the arrow pointing forward. So this part actually, let me just check one more time. Yes, this part actually goes in here. Okay, so it's supposed to go in here. Okay, so question now is how are we going to tighten this 4 screws? It's going to be very interesting. Okay, I'm trying to find the alignment right now over here. Okay, I see the alignment. Okay. Oh, okay, you're supposed to get this point. Okay. Which makes me wonder if I got the part correct. Let me see. Point. Okay, this is very interesting because the arrow is supposed to be here, which means that for this part I might have assembled it wrongly. Okay, let me see again. Might have assembled this slightly wrong. Okay, because this part is supposed to be here, this direction. The arrow is supposed to be here. I'm correct. I do see the direction is correct here. Let me see again. Let me check this again. Yep. Okay, the way I see it from this view, okay, the arrow is here. Arrow is here. Seems to be wrong that the arrow is here. Seems to be wrong. Then the way I assemble it seems to be correct though. Yes. Not sure if it makes a difference. So over here is supposed to fit in. Okay, the leg's supposed to fit in this way. The arrow, where is the arrow again? The arrow is so small I can't really see. The arrow is facing here. Which is interesting because let me look at the bottom here. The bottom plate. I know why it doesn't make sense. I actually assembled the bottom plate wrongly. Yes. My bad. Should be the other way around. So over here, we need to reassemble this part because I assembled the bottom plate wrongly. Okay, it should be the other way. So it's my bad this time wrong. It's my bad. Yeah, I should have assembled it the other way around. Yeah, this bottom part here should be facing up. So yeah, it's my mistake in the assembly. Yeah. So I know why now this doesn't make sense at all. Okay. So fortunately, I think I got the other part of the assembly right, so we can save some time on that. So apologies that we have to redo this part because I've actually assembled it wrongly. Yeah, the plate should be facing the other side. Okay. Minor hiccups in the assembly of this piece. But fortunately, not a major deal. You can still salvage this situation. Imagine if you assemble it completely and then you have to take it apart, or the articulation doesn't work well because of some weird reasons that you can't identify. But now we know. Or now I know. Okay, let me just get the screw out first. Okay, so all we need to do, flip it to the other side. Yeah, flip it to the other side. And I shall get the first one in. Okay, oops. Okay, usually the first one would be the toughest one, but once you get it in, the rest will follow. Okay. Okay, cool. Yep, making sure it's all correct now. Yeah. So I'm tightening this right now, right immediately. Doing the same for the rest. No, really nice, see this whole piece of solid food now. And I think it's very important for the feet to be die cast and solid, because it forms a foundation, and then in terms of weight distribution, it's very important to make sure that it's actually. Oh, let me see. Oh, I'm not actually aligning this correctly. Okay. No, okay, got it. No wonder I seem to be, turning infinity and it doesn't seem to actually move. Okay, because I realized that I didn't align it properly. Now it's okay. Okay, now it's fine. Yeah, so as I mentioned, it's good that the entire foot is die cast, because it's meant to be, the center of gravity needs to be lower, so that the figure will have a good balance and will not topple over easily. Yeah, but this figure is going to be almost entirely made of die cast. I mean, at least for the external frame. So I think we're all really excited on what we're gonna get once we complete this figure. Okay. Right. Okay, so good. I got this assembled. Very sure now this is gonna be correct, because the arrow is pointing forward and the part fits in this way. Yes. Okay, this is correct now. Okay, cool. So now that we formed this part, okay, let's go on to the next page. I think we need to probably screw the rest. Same thing, 68 and 69. So 4 more of this, and the screw threads. 1, 2. Okay. Oops. 3 and 4. And we get the washers. Okay. 1, 2. 3 and 4. Okay, so this, I might need a little bit of help. Let's hope I can align it nicely. So I'm supposed to hold this, hold this and get all of them screw in. Okay, so I need to do this from the top first, because it's really not easy. Granted that this is also a little bit tricky, so I have to do at least the first screw to make sure it's aligned first. Get it in before I do the rest. So maybe the rest I can do it facing the camera, but for the first one, let's try to get this in first. So that get the first one. Usually when you get the first one in, the rest will be easier. Okay. I think I got the first one decently in tight. Okay, so we need to let me just get one more in first, just in case. Okay, just in case. Okay, over here I think you can see I'm actually trying to get the second screw in. Okay, making good leeway. Very good. Very happy with the progress. Okay, gotta tighten this. Okay, tightening this. Make sure we got all this tightened nicely. Okay, I think there's no space to actually leverage on this, unfortunately, but it should be tight enough. So we have the third one. Okay, going in. Okay, let me tighten this a little bit where possible. Okay, And the fourth one. Okay. Just get it in. Okay. Come on, come on. Align, align, align. Come on. Need you to align, man. Okay. Let me try to get the screw aligned. Okay, I think I got it. Cool. Finally, finally, finally. Yeah. Okay. Just gonna tighten it a bit. Okay. Because I have sweaty palms right now, I'm going to just use a piece of cloth, okay, just to help me have a better grip so I can tighten this further. Okay, tighten this. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, just make sure they are fully tightened. Okay, cool. So here you see we got the feet almost done, almost done. looks really good. Okay, now we need to do the last thing, which is the plate. So the bottom of this plate, cool, because this plate die cast as well, really fantastic. Like, love the feel and the sound of it. So just basically need to put this in. Over here I need to put in the screws. I think we need to put in the screws 06. No washer required. How many screws do we need to put? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Okay, so 4. These are the 4. Just gonna take the screws out. 2, 3, 4. Okay. So this should be pretty straightforward. Let's get the first one in first, as usual. Now getting the first one in, the rest will be easier. Oops. The screw has dropped in. Okay. Okay. Okay, it's dropped out. Okay. Gonna do it from the top first. Okay, for the first one. So bear with me for a moment. Just so we get the rest of it moving. Yep. Okay, probably need to do it for the rest. I'm just gonna put in the rest of the screws in first. Oops, I keep dropping the screws. I keep dropping the screws into the leg. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, just gonna screw it a little bit in so that I can carry on later. Similarly for the remaining 2. Let me get some of it in first. Okay, and the last one before we tighten the screws together. Okay. Okay, so I got all 4 of them in. So right now we're just gonna tighten the screws. Okay. Fantastic. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, I'll tighten this further. Okay, I can tighten this further because it's die cast on die cast, so it's not so bad. You probably have lesser risk of breaking the parts compared to screwing plastic on plastic. So die cast on die cast is still okay. Okay, 3. Okay, and then the last one, tighten it. Not 4. Okay, just making sure the final twist everywhere. Yeah. Okay. Yep, and so we're done. Cool. Finally, we're done over here. And I think you see some piston motion? Yeah, we see some piston motion over here, which is really cool. See, I do have some motion on the legs as well. So you can see I do have some sideways motion. Not for front and back, but sideways motion due to the way the joint is. Okay, no front and back as far as I'm concerned. I think there is supposed to be front back, but I think it's just too tight now for us to have any front back motion. There is front back because over here, if I see the internal part, it does allow me to go front. You see, you can go front and back, but it's really tight. So let's not push it for the time being. Just leave it the way it is. But for sideways, you do see that this allows you to move slightly sideways. So I think it's cool. This leg itself is pretty heavy as well. Just gonna leave it as it. So finally we have it done. I think for the next issue, right, we're going to put together the left leg to the entire body. So for right now, I'm not going to showcase the entire body section. Let me see. Okay, volume 59, volume 60. Now we have this entire leg done, this section done, which is quite an achievement. Really, really nice, really, really cool. So I think in my next issue, once we put more things together, it make more sense for us to actually show the assembly, right? Because right now I don't think. Should I put this up? Nah, okay, should I? No, I'm not gonna put it up. Yeah, so I have all the other parts scattered all around, which is very heavy for me to actually put everything together, and there's pretty no space left. But looking at this, it's really cool. We do have this part formed. Really happy that we finally formed the leg. So this part will be this part over here. So we're gonna have a cast over here. This is gonna be the kneecap. Really cool, really cool. So finally, you see this thing. So I think probably you need one more one more book to actually have this plate at the bottom to seal this up. So we do have the entire leg portion. So I think looking at this is really cool. Initially when we formed both hands, I was really excited. So I got to form the lower leg almost completely right now. It makes me really excited. And then I think looking at this, the how motion that we have, the piston action that we have, I think it's really cool. So I think why we have this motion is because when you want to raise it up, you probably need to bend your knee, probably need to raise it up. So when you bend your knee straight, probably you raise it down. So this is probably how it works. But it's really cool. Really cool. Very impressed with it right now. Can't wait to get the rest of the volumes to for Mazinger. So right now, at 60% done, this is where we are. So here's Charles signing off with yet another toy review. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Do stay tuned to my channel for more reviews next time.